treat to be here in this wonderfully done room and
Thank
the
you.
companion bedroom. The colors are divine.
Thank you.
And vibrant.
Thank you.
And young and snappy. So tell us about it. What inspired you? How did you get it?
Well, our High Point Market is like our fashion show. So every 6 months, you've got to come up with something. But you're always working with the same pieces, more or less. So you have new introductions, and certainly Hickory Chair, among all of the furniture brands, is able to make things different, either by veneer or by finish or by size. They can do anything. But you still have the basic DNA or silhouettes that you had at the market before. So you're always trying to make it fresh, and we very often have color blocked rooms. But I was desperate for some pattern. I just wanted some pattern. And I also wanted to sneak in some chintz as the daughter of a chintz using and loving designer, my father, Mark Hampton. I have great fondness and nostalgia for chintz. But nowadays, those young folks are sort of frightened and confused when it comes to chintz. I don't think they have the feeling for it,
Right.
the love for
They
it.
don't
that
know
we
how to make
do.
it young. They feel
Yeah,
like it's
that it'll
training.
immediately be dowdy and
Right,
Victorian.
right.
So I thought this would be a fun opportunity to bring it in, but bring it in a way that hopefully it would appeal to a youthful sensibility. So combining it with the geometric, having sharp, eye-catching colors. So that was the call to arms for me. I like it when I'm working within a color, not to just match them precisely, because then I think that gets very static. This is my fulcrum. So this Cowton and Tout classic document chintz has every color that appears in the room.
Okay, you're right.
Including that red,
Right.
these purple tones, various greens, whites. I like to have that one fabric that justifies everything that enters in. We have wonderful fabric houses represented here. So we have Cowton and Tout, the aforementioned Cowton and Tout. We have Quadrille. Quadrille is also this wonderful plummy purple wallpaper and coordinating fabric. Then this is from Clarence House. This is the work of the divine Muriel Brandolini for Holland and Sherry. It's an eclectic assortment, but I mean, that's the way we all decorate, right?
Right.
Well, and that's what you do so beautifully. And,
I love you.
Well, you do. You do indeed.
She's
And-
adorable.
And that's what the young need to learn, to get off the reservation a little bit and have it, just take a chance. And if you love a pattern, it probably is going to work just great
Right.
with some chintzes and some geometrics that you already have in your
Right.
home.
And depending on how much of that ingredient you put into your recipe, you get a different result. So if you have a taste or a hankering for something more modern, you skew geometric, and more traditional, you skew more of the chintz, and then just a tiny hit of the geometric.
Right. Now, so this is a really big room, and we've got this geometric. Would it work in most young people's smaller spaces?
I think so. There is a quality to a small-scale geometric that sometimes it feels like it's vibrating. So certainly you have to look at it, a big panel of it, to make
Right.
sure that it doesn't do that to your eye.
Right.
But a great thing that it does, and that specifically it would do for a younger user, is it takes the pressure off of your having to hang artwork.
Right.
You know, the big empty swaths of wall don't look abandoned. They look decorated.
You are
Right.
so right. They don't at all, and I've never really thought of it that way.
Well, when I think about big stair halls, I often like to use pattern there for that reason, because hanging art up a stair hall is always such a
Hard thing to do.
hard thing to do.
Yeah.
So if you have a pattern, it takes care of itself. This is part of my home shopping network sheet line.
Right.
So I just
It just
happen to have
happens
lavender
to be
sheets.
yummy.
They're really
Feels
yummy, and it's a whole bedroom in a box. Is that correct?
Exactly.
So you could
very
just
nicely done.
get
She's
your
up
whole-
to speed.
Get your whole bedroom coordinated by Alexa Hampton.
Yeah,
in one
instead of a
box?
bed in a box, it's a bedroom.
A bedroom in a box.
Yeah.
Yes. Your draperies, your linens, your towels.
Yeah, everything. If this is very geometric, then this room, while filled with pattern, it's all organic shapes. So, very playful. Claret-colored sofa. For me, it always goes back to alcohol. The wonderful Muriel Brandolini print again. A great tweed. I love the energy of the tweed texture, which I consider dry, and scratchy against the wet of the velvet.
Well, it almost looks like a Chanel jacket.
Yes, boucle.
Boucle is beautiful.
And then this is wonderful Galbraith and Paul wallpaper. And the same could be said of Quadrille, the paper in the other room. Their custom ability is inexhaustible. So I could go in and change the orange if I wanted to, if I was doing a blue and purple room, or put in a lime green. And I mean, they really always accommodate.
This large-scale wallpaper work in a small room.
I think so, but not. I wouldn't do it like in a powder room necessarily.
Right.
But yeah, I
Library,
would.
small library.
Yeah, absolutely.
Breakfast room.
This is fully repeating, densely patterned. So, in an odd way, it almost is like a solid when you pull back, or the way it services the room.
That makes sense.
So, and again, it takes the heat off of getting art.
It's beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. The greens have shifted a little bit as we've come into this room. So it's getting fernier, and the purples are getting grayer and darker. And then even here, this is the beauty of Hickory chair. Looking at the button detail, the little lavender button. Something interesting I'd love to point out about these two chairs is they are in fact the same chair. This is the original chair. It's the Allen, and it is on a mahogany base with a paneled foot. But as a lesson about the customization abilities at Hickory chair, I mean, really, they can do anything. The chair here has been taken off the base. It is continued to the floor and cut out in this silhouette with nail heads.
Which gives it a little Moroccan flavor.
Yeah, but the
Little boho.
cockpit of this chair
Yeah.
is incredibly comfortable, and that was why we wanted to hold on to its DNA. It was developed with a man who was 6'5" and a woman who was 5'2", and me as the middleman,
Right.
and we all felt very comfortable in this
It's the
chair.
perfect dimension.
That's a very tailored chair. It's a very Regency man's library chair in its heart. But it was fun to try it with this much more bohemian fabric on it, just to
Right.
show, you don't have to be a tailored, austere presence.
Right, and it shows people that have been working with neutrals for so long that you can put a chevron with a narrow stripe, with a big scale pattern, and it shows how you can use all these different size patterns and they work beautifully
Right,
all
they
over
needn't be
together.
discordant,
Yes.
I hope.
No, they're perfect.
Perfectly
That is
discordant.
not-
Is that such a way to
That's
do it?
great.
That
That
is
is
not-
great. Perfectly discordant. I like
That is
that.
not intuitive to so many people. They, that have been in the neutral world for so
Yeah.
long.
Well, we've all been in that world, and I think.
never was there.
I never went there either.
All right. Good point.
I had to go with color, always.
Penny Pat and I have always done color.